Alright, so we will be opening up the Tales of the Middle-earth packs. I went ahead and got the Aragon set, so I'm going in completely blind. I haven't really looked at any of the cards. I've seen kind of like some of the updates and things like that, but for the most part, just completely blind. I wanted to kind of make it a challenge, but also, um, I don't know, just kind of take my time really learning each individual card and stuff like that. So, that's all this video is going to be, just kind of opening up the packs, reading the cards, kind of getting an idea of what, we might be able to do, and kind of get some ideas on some things that we can make in the future. Alright, let's go. Nice. Oh, that's so good. Legendary instant? Interesting. I don't like seeing that though. The damn oven decks gave me PTSD. Those decks are horrible. Yep, that's exactly what it is. Oh man. Not excited for that. It is what it is. Oh man. These orc decks. There's gonna be a ton of token decks with these. I don't mind it. I think some of those are fun. Glorfindale. Must be blocked. It can't be blocked by more than one creature. Oh, that's pretty good. Nice. Yeah, there's gonna be so many of those oven decks again. So I'm noticing a ton of tokens. ton of tokens and then a ton of food, and that's gonna be really annoying. Landfall. Target gets 1/1. Nice. Can control up to 1 artifact. Oof. There's a ton of legendaries so far. Oh, we might be doing another discard deck. I got one brewing right now. I'm really excited for it. Second breakfast. It's great too. Oh. Okay, so that kind of makes sense. I was gonna say, there's a lot of legendaries so far. Like every other creature card is a legendary. Oof. That's gonna be really good. Battlefield, the ring tempts you whenever you draw your second card each turn. Put a 1/1 on him. Yeah. Hmm. Interesting. Mountain cycling. I like it. That's gonna be good. Let's see. I like that one. Yeah, I'm liking these discard ones a lot. I know that's kind of just my thing, but I really enjoy those. Plus, you're creating tokens on top of it. this turn. I haven't really looked at the ring. Your ring bearer is legendary and can't be blocked by creatures with greater power. Whenever your ring bearer attacks, draw a card, then discard. Whenever your ring bearer becomes blocked by a creature, that creature's controller sacrifices it at the end of the combat. Whenever your ring bearer deals combat damage to a player, each opponent loses 3 life. That's not bad. It does seem a little underwhelming, though. I mean, just considering. King of Brawn or another human enters the battlefield under your control. Oh. That's gonna be pretty good, actually. Nice. Oops. That's alright, I'm sure we'll get it again. I do like this land a lot. I like that. Mouth of Sauron. Oof. That's perfect. Yep. I've been working on a mill discard control kind of a list, and this will be perfect for that. Creature gets 1/1 until the end of the turn. Fights a target creature you don't control. Okay. It's 1/1. Hexproof. The ring tempts you. Ah, this is the one we missed. Enters the battlefield, and whenever an opponent draws a card, except for the first one, which they drew each of their draw steps, Orcish Bowmasters deal 1. Ah. Yeah, I mean, that could be really good. There's a couple cards I think could make that really, really good. Yeah, that's pretty good too, actually. Enters the battlefield, the ring tempts you. Whenever the ring tempts you, put a 1/1 on each wraith you control. A deck can have up to 9 cards named Nazgul. Jeez. She can make a whole army of those things. That'd be sick. Elephant, Snarling Org. Double strike. Whenever a goblin or orc you control deals combat damage to a player, exile at the top card of your library. Double strike, that's pretty good. Especially with a lot of the artifacts. Shadowfax. Horses you control have haste. I've seen like one other horse. Oh, tapped and attacking. That's not bad. Put a 1/1. Oh, that's right. right. Eagles of the North. I like that. That's expensive, but that'll be alright. Oof. Yup. That's just feeding into it. Hobbit Sting deals X damage to target creature, where X is the number of creatures you control, plus the number of food tokens you control. Draw 3 cards. Exile all creature cards from target player's graveyard. You may cast spells from among those cards for as long as they remained exiled. The mana. That's incredible. Yep. There's a couple of historic decks that I think will look real good with that in it. Elrond. Creature enters the battlefield under your control. Scry 1 if this is the second time. Ring tempts you. Rush the room. Alright. Scry 1. Put up to 1 target instant or sorcery from your graveyard on top of your library. Amass 2. Cast into the fire. Choose 1. Cast the fire deals 1 damage to each of up to 2 targets. Exile artifact. There's a lot of artifacts, so that could be really good. 1 damage to each of up to 2 targets. With a lot of these orcs, I mean, that could be good, but I mean, amass 2. I mean, you're probably just using it on 1. When Rangers enters the battlefield, gain control up to 1 target creature with lesser power for as long as you control Rangers. The ring tempts you. Frodo Sauron's Bane as a citizen, it becomes a halfling scout with base power and toughness 2/3 and lifelink. If Frodo is a scout, it becomes a halfling rogue with whenever this creature deals combat damage to a player, that player loses the game, and if the ring has tempted you more than 4. If that player loses the game if the ring has tempted you 4 or more times this game, otherwise the ring tempts you. That's awesome. The cheese that's about to come with that. I love it. Equipped creature gets 3/0 as long as equipped creature is legendary, it has menace. Wow. I love that. Add mana of any color. Spend this to cast an instant or sorcery. Target player mills 3 cards. Top part of your library. If it's a creature, draw a card. Okay. I like that Frodo a lot. Paragon Took. Whatever. 1 or more tokens would be created under your control. Of those tokens plus an additional food token are created instead. Yep, see, I don't know how I feel about it. When Gollum Patient Plotter leaves the battlefield, the ring tempts you. Sacrifice a creature, return Gollum from the graveyard to your hand. Press the enemy, return target spell or non-land permanent an opponent controls to its owner's hand. You may cast an instant or sorcery spell with equal or less mana value from your hand without paying its mana cost. That's not bad. Gollum's Bite. -2. Exile Gollum's Bite from your graveyard. Ring tempts you. Urkin Brand, Lord of Westfold, or another human enters the battlefield. Creatures you control get 1/0 until the end of the turn. That's not bad. That's pretty good. As an additional cost, sacrifice a creature or pay 4. That's going to be super annoying with the oven decks too. Oh. I'm getting some good ideas. Return permanent card from your graveyard to your hand. Can't block unless you control a goblin or orc. Haunt of the Dead Marshes. Scry 1. Return Haunt of the Dead Marshes from the graveyard to the battlefield tapped. Activate only if you control a legendary creature. Scry 2. That's not bad. That's really good, actually. I like the art for a lot of these, actually. Whenever 2 or more creatures you control attack a player, target attacking creature without flying gains flying until the end of turn. Ew. When Took Reaper dies, the ring tempts you. Nice. Creatures you control get 1/1 until the end of the turn. This ability costs 2 less to activate if you control legendary. Oh, and it can't be countered. That's awesome. Which is a black game. Boromir. Whenever opponent casts a spell, if no mana was spent to cast it, counter that spell. Sacrifice Boromir. Creatures you control gain indestructible until the end of the turn. The ring tempts you. That's not bad. And there's kind of a theme. They're really trying to make it. It seems like either Dimir or Selesnya. Beast enters the battlefield. Each opponent sacrifices a creature. Create a food token for each. That's not bad either. Gandalf's Sanction. Deals X damage to target creature where X is the number of instant sorceries in your graveyard. That's gonna be so good. Especially late game. Ooh. It's XX, where X is the number of legendary creatures. Yeah, the old Bard deck is screaming at me right now. I think that the Bard deck would do really good right here. Enters the battlefield, deals X damage to each creature. Whenever 1 or more opponent's creatures die, you create a treasure token. I like it. That's gonna be so good. Plus menace. There's a battlefield, draw a card. Then if you don't control a legendary creature, put a card from your hand onto the bottom of your library. Display of power. This spell can't be copied. Copy any number of target instant. You choose new targets. Ah. Bringing that copy stuff back, huh? The Black Breath. Creatures your opponents control get 1/1. I like it. Whenever you attack with one or more goblins or orcs, create a 2/1 colorless construct artifact creature token with flying named Ballistic Boulder that's tapped and attacking. Sacrifice that token at the end of combat. Mushroom Watchdogs. Put a 1/1 counter on Mushroom Watchdogs. It gains vigilance until the end of turn. Activate as a sorcery. Yeah, that oven deck is gonna be so annoying. But I'm seeing a lot of like multicolored decks that like you can run very easily with this set. Dies, the ring tempts you, it's a 1/1. Menace, that's not bad. Create a treasure token, amass 2 orcs 2. That's not bad. Oh, I have a really good idea for this one already. Enters or leaves the battlefield. Create a food token. Mass orcs 1, 2. Creatures you control get 1/0 and gain menace until the end of the turn. Delighted Halfling. Shortcut to mushrooms. The ring tempts you at the beginning of your end step. If a permanent you control left the battlefield this turn, put a 1/1 counter on target creature. Equipped creature gets 2/1. Equipped human is 1. Okay. Mirror. Guardian dies, the ring tempts you. Scry 1. Siren's Ransom. That's such a weird card to me, like, unless you're intentionally putting stuff in your graveyard, which, I mean, from what I'm seeing, it's probably not the worst idea. I just don't like that with how much graveyard hate you can still apply. Destroy target artifact or land. Oh, land destruction. Draw 2 cards and discard. Shuffle any number of target cards in your graveyard into your library. Add 2. Yeah, see, it's the same thing. Like you could definitely put literally any number of target cards. Whenever you scribe, put a verse counter on Lost Isle Calling, exile. Draw a card for each verse counter. If it had 7 or more counters on it, take an extra turn. Oof. Yeah, don't miss that extra turn business. Old Man Willow. Power and toughness are equal to the number of lands that you control. Whenever Old Man Willow attacks, you may sacrifice another creature or token. When you do, target creature an opponent controls gets -2/2. Lady of Rohan. At the beginning of combat on your turn, target creature gains your choice of first strike or vigilance until the end of the turn. If that creature is equipped, it gains first strike and vigilance until end of turn instead. Equipped abilities you activate cost 1 less. artifact or enchantment. One of the mark. Whenever 2 or more creatures. Oh yeah, I remember that one. Add mana of any color. Another target creature gets 3/3 and trample. That's a 1/1. Jeez. Bill Fernie becomes block. Create a treasure token. Target opponent gains control of target horse you control. If they do, remove Bill Fernie from combat and create 3 tokens. Interesting. Oh. Sacrifice any number of lands. Reveal the top X cards of your library, where X is the number of lands you sacrifice this way. Choose any number of artifact or land cards revealed this way. Put all non-land cards chosen this way onto the battlefield, and then put all land cards chosen this way onto the battlefield tapped. Then put the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. Yeah, it's real sketchy. Sacrifice creature, draw 2 cards. If it was legendary, draw 3. Fateful Strike, destroy target creature. If its controller had more than 4 cards in hand, they exile cards from their hand to equal the difference. Wow. Wow. That's not bad. Grey Havens. Weird. Frodo the Goat. Creature enters the battlefield under your control. The ring tempts you. As long as Frodo is your ring bearer, it must be blocked if able. Sacrifice another creature, draw a card, then create a food token. Don't strike. Whenever you cast a historic spell, create a treasure token. This ability triggers only once each turn. Goad target creature. Until your next turn, a goaded creature attacks each combat if able. In games with 2 or more players, it attacks a player other than you if able. Interesting. That's super good. You can just have, like, I guess if you had Toxic or Death Touch is the one I was thinking. You can make somebody just run their best creature or whatever it is and do it. Let's see, Flame of Anor. Oh, you shall not pass. If you control a wizard as you cast a spell, you may choose 2 instead. Target player draws 2 cards, destroy target artifact. Flame deals 5 damage to target creature. That's pretty damn good, actually. Whenever 1 or more halflings you control attack a player, create a food token. Whenever you scry, put a 1/1 counter on Enchantment Elves. This ability triggers only once per turn. Quarrel's End. As an additional cost to cast a spell, discard a card, draw 2 cards, and create a 1/1 white human soldier creature token. You're just building up. You cannot pass? I thought it said you shall not. Start a target creature that blocked or was blocked by a legendary creature this turn. Yeah, for 1, that's pretty good. Draw a card, ring tempts you. That's super good. Shire Scarecrow. activate. Yeah, it's not bad. Durin, whenever you attack, scry 2. Then you may reveal the top card of your library. If it's a creature card, put it onto the battlefield tapped and attacking until your next turn. It gains trample if you control a dwarf and hexproof. Oh. Gains trample if you control a dwarf and hexproof if you control an elf. They got a lot of interesting cards. Oh, Bill the Pony, my man. Enters the battlefield, create 2 food tokens, sacrifice food. Until the end of turn, target creature you control assigns combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. Whenever a goblin or orc you control deals combat damage to a player, you may sacrifice it. When you do, choose one, draw a card, create treasure token. That's not bad. Ooh, I love it. And we get another one too. Whenever Gothmog enters the battlefield, amass orcs 1 creature tokens you control have death touch. Interesting. You may look at the top card of your library at any time. You may cast creature spells from the top of your library. Creatures you control have add 1 mana of any color. Ooh, I like it. Oh, what the hell? Dude, his art is crazy. Whenever Sauron the Necromancer attacks, exile a target creature card from your graveyard, create a tapped and attacking token that's a copy of that card, except it's a 3/3 black Wraith with Menace. At the beginning of the next end step, exile that token unless Sauron is your ring bearer. Ooh. That's good. I like it. That art is crazy. Uggo. Whenever another creature you control dies, put a 1/1 counter on Ugluk. Well, that sounds provocative. If that creature was a goblin or orc, put 2 1/1 counters on Glock instead. Exile Kazad Dumb. Can't Doom? Dumb? Whatever. Can't be blocked except by 3 or more creatures. Sheesh. War of Last Alliance. Search your library for a legendary creature card, reveal it, put it into your hand and shuffle. Twice, creatures you control gain double strike until the end of the turn. The ring tempts you. Nice you. Drop Basin. Put a 1/1 on target creature with power X. Activate. Only as a sorcery. That's pretty good actually. Put a 1/1 on a creature with power X. Marshal of Rohan. Whenever 1 or more other attacking legendary creatures you control die, untap all creatures you control. After this phase, there's an additional combat phase. Ooh. That's super powerful. 2 damage to any target. The ring tempts you. The ring goes south. The ring tempts you. Then reveal cards from the top of your library until you reveal X land cards, where X is the number of legendary creatures you control. Put those land cards onto the battlefield tapped, and the rest on the bottom of your library in random order. Draw a card whenever you scry. If you control an island, you may exile council's Deliberation from your graveyard. If you do, draw another. Target creature gains indestructible. Return target creature from your graveyard. Up to 2 target creatures you control each gain lifelink. Add X mana in any combination of colors. When Wizard Rockets is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, draw a card. Yep, I'm definitely making that. Untap 1 target Kraken, put a stun counter on up to. Yep. Let's see, whenever you cast an instant, deals 1 damage to each opponent. I love that card. That art is so cool. Counter target spell, amass orcs 1. Okay. Whenever Soldier of Great Host enters the battlefield, target creature gets 2/0 until the end of the turn. That's pretty good, actually. Kind of like that. Oh, let's go. Whenever the King of the Oathbreakers or another spirit you control becomes a target of a spell, it phases out. Whenever King of the Oathbreakers or another spirit you control phases in, create a tap 1/1. Yep, I'm definitely making an Orzhov deck. That's gonna happen. Just tokens galore. If a creature an opponent controls would die, exile it instead. Exile target player's graveyard, draw a card. I love it. Ring Sight. The ring tempts you. Search your library for a card that shares a color with a legendary you control. Reveal it. Put it in your hand and then shuffle. Storm of Saruman. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, copy it. Except the copy isn't a legendary, you may choose new targets for the copy. Creatures you control have haste. Legendary creatures you control get +1. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of shenanigans available, and I'm excited actually. When Quickbeam, Upstart, Ent, or another tree folk enters the battlefield under your control, up to 2 target creatures get 2/2 and gain trample till the end of the turn. The Shire, huh? Tap and untap creature you control, create a food token. Fairmere. At the beginning of your end step, if a creature died under your control this turn, draw a card. Whenever the ring tempts you, if you chose a creature other than Fairmere as your ring bearer, create a 1/1 human soldier creature token. Yeah, that's gonna be good. And then we get into the good stuff, huh? Oh, more. I love it. Oh, Gandalf. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery, choose one that hasn't been chosen. You may tap or untap a target permanent. Gandalf the Great deals 3 damage to each. Copy target instant or sorcery spell you control. You may choose new targets for that. Put Gandalf on top of its owner's library. Yup. I'm definitely going to be making or including this with that other Kraken. That's definitely going to happen. Clay Champion. There's a battlefield with 3 1/1 counters on it for each 2 green spent to cast it. When Clay Champion enters the battlefield, choose up to 2 other target creatures you control for each 2 white spent to cast. Put a 1/1 counter on each of them. Okay. Non-damage to an opponent or permanent. An opponent controls it deals double the damage to that player instead. Why are people not running this card? Yeah, I don't understand. Just gonna use all our packs. Move a counter of each kind not on Goldberry from another target permanent you control onto Goldberry. Move one or more counters from Goldberry onto another target permanent you control if you do draw a card. Thopters. Alright. That's a good one. I'm surprised they don't have that already. Oh, Glizzy. At the beginning of each combat on your turn, choose one, incubate twice, transform all incubator tokens you control. Phyrexians you control gain first strike and death touch. Oh, that's really good. Vindictive Flame Stoker. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put an oil counter on Vindictive Flame Stoker, sacrifice it, discard your hand, then draw 4 cards. This ability costs 1 less to activate for each oil counter. I don't know how you say that, but if you would draw a card while you have no cards in your hand, draw 2 instead. If you would gain life while you have 5 or less, gain twice that much life instead. Destroy all creatures with power 3 or greater, then create a food token for each one you control. Oh, thank God. I have a couple decks waiting on this one. Alright, let's see. Tranquil Frillback. Battlefield, you may pay up to 3 times. When you pay this cost 1 or more times, exile target player's graveyard. Destroy artifact or enchantment, you gain 4 life. Last March of the Ents. This spell can't be countered. Draw cards equal to the greatest toughness among creatures you control. Then put any number of creature cards from your hand onto the battlefield. Nice. Alright. Well, that's gonna wrap that up. I've seen a lot of goofy stuff, and I'm really excited to get some janky stuff going too. Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. Bye!